Hello everybody, welcome back to Blueprints. I felt like my notes page wasn't quite sufficient, so in some time here, just as I was sat in the entryway, I have made myself a database of all of the rooms, and then I can come to any individual room. I could go garage, and I can open up garage, and then there's a separate little kind of note thing here for me where I can just say like, there is a note under the car seat cushion, because there's so much stuff that like I feel like I'm not capturing that I should be, and so I now have this available to me to go along with everything else. This is like, I can add more fields to this later for like keys and sigils, which needs its own table because there's all the different fields in stuff, and it just goes on and on and on. But for right now, we can do a day. There is very little audio in the game right now, but that's fine. We have a package. A brass compass and 2 gems is one of the worst packages I've ever seen. But 4 gems and 36 coins is not a bad time to be working. So, things to do. Let's draft our first 3 rooms, and then we can keep looking. This early, a den on the south row is lovely. This guy, drawing room, we will take. And a dining room for 2 doors. We'll have to walk back to get the food, but that's fine by me. Then let's go and check. I think the fountain is still flooded a bit. We have 70 steps for the day, which is good going. Into the west path. Yeah, there's lots and lots of little things that I still need to capture, I think. Let's do the shelter. Somebody said that I should just be able to open this, but it's still time locked. I thought I could open this every day to get a gem, they said, but that might be other safes. So, yeah, remain where you are for now. Given that the red guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan that you have disabled remote access to the other terminals and sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. We don't know who authored this, or what it means, really. There are 3 beds, and on this terminal, bomb shelter, time lock safe, radiation monitor. If the reading is 12 or higher, emergency protocol will initiate and all doors in the house will automatically unlock. So, I've never really internalized that, and I don't know how to increase this apart from perhaps science experiments. This I just always forget every time. It's not Rosebud, is it? Rosebud's the wrong one. Swan Song. Every time. Every time. I wish I could change the password. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Now here's a question. I can remote terminal access other terminals, right? Even when they're offline, thanks to Blackbridge. So if I open the laboratory and connect to that from here, we can start an experiment. Each time you eat an apple, when you draft a hallway from a hallway, or each bedroom you draft after the second, gain 1 star, gain 1 gem, gold, or key, or set your steps to 40. Do we need to gain lots of stars? We set steps to 40 every time we draft a bedroom after our second. We can run around the house and then draft more bedrooms after we've got down to like 15 steps and see how that goes. So we can exit the laboratory monitor. Then what does that do to our radiation measurements? Nothing. Maybe I need to trigger the things first. We have to go through this dance with songs and stuff. Not songs. The login noises. This is limited to the office, isn't it? Yes. Data transfers is still offline. Glossary of terms, remote terminal access we just did, staff services, punch in, staff announcements, request schedule change. We can do a special order. What would we like to order? Great question. Magnifying glass is like always interesting to try and get extra notes for stuff that I've missed. Alright, so if we can trigger a bunch of the effects of our experiment going into many, many bedrooms, maybe that will be reason to come back and check on the radiation levels. Otherwise, I'm uncertain. But we can get to some rooms now. It's coming up on noon already because I spent ages figuring some things out. So, gem. Clock at noon. There's a white pawn piece in this room. So, if we do this, we can look for my chess puzzle, underground chess mystery. And we know observatory has a knight, chapel has a bishop, library has a king, nook has a rook, and this is the parlor? This is the den. Den has a pawn. So we know there's king, queen, pawn, bishop, rook, knight. Knight, bishop, king, rook, pawn. We don't know where the queen is yet. And I think there's definitely multiple rooms that have pawns. So we'll check those as we go. I think it just gives you more options to mitigate RNG. Swans, fire, clocks and clocks and clocks, clocks, and this giant clock. Okay, draft to the corners. Bedroom on a corner is huge, especially for our potential science experiment later. This picture. Apart from that crescent moon image, I have no idea if that is something. This I also have never found to have anything special in it. I'll take an apple. There is a pawn in this room as well. So that is den and bedroom. Bedroom, den have pawns. Parlor or observatory. I think I prefer observatory. For how much stuff it can potentially offer us. Globe spin. Globe spin. This book, if it does have clues in it, I have yet to see them. And that's okay. It's for in here. That's a gem. That's a key. That's discount in all shops. And that's a diamond. So, tons of diamonds today. We are shorter on keys. All of these are dead ends. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 8 steps. I need that less than I need other stuff because we have a science experiment which is going to keep us in steps. So I would like to find some kind of additional tool in this room. And who knows if there's a note here. Sinclair, quick note from KL. These are the things that I don't know if I should be taking more extensive notes about. Little lamb. Anchor. No chess piece. There's a pawn in this bedroom as well. So, bedroom, den, guest, bedroom. Have pawns. Let's get out of there. $38 stars we're up to. This has a knight, we know that. The observatory has a knight. Back through here, get +2 steps. And then into the drawing room, where I have been told so many times that I've missed something in this picture. And I will admit, I was watching a speed run of just getting to room 46 as fast as possible. And that showed me this secret. So as many times as I've looked at this image and not studied it significantly enough, there is this candelabra that is not straight with the others. So it's the ones on the mantelpiece. And if I'd have looked around, I would have found the handprint for it. And so that raises a new safe. Problem is, I don't know what the date for the safe is. If we look on this list here, somewhere, that's the chess mystery page. In this page, we have safes, office, boudoir, orchard, underground cog room, study. This is the drawing room. And 8 dates make 8 safes. So let's pull that out of this column and put it in this column for unknowns. There is a 1952 date. It's not that. And so I need to figure out more dates from the documentation around, which will be something on my to-do list. This room also has a pawn. So, drawing room. Where's my chess piece page? Underground chess mystery. White pawns. This is the drawing room. So, this safe is new to me, but right now I do not have dates to resolve it. I don't know that there's a date in this image. I can't use the magnifying glass here. So, there's that. We can redraw floor plans in this room. So let's do that. The planetarium is new, but it's a dead end. But it's new. So I would be remiss if we didn't take a new room. Is there anything to find in here? That little gap is sus. There's a piece of paper. Star schedule. Survey of constellations observed at the Mount Holly Observatory. Okay. So we know that we have 38. Other notable skies observed. So we know at 38. We're well beyond that now. But other things... Notable night skies observed. 29. First appearance of both Dymas Minor and Dymas Major in the same sky. 40. 7 different constellations observed in a single night. 50. New constellation spotted. Okay. Let's make a note of that somewhere. Outstanding mysteries. 50 stars. Check. Observatory for new constellation. Because who knows what a new constellation will be at this stage. Can enter the rows of chairs, but I don't see anything else. As for the sky, who knows if there is something up there for us. Well, there's only 5 planets up there, which is interesting. I'm getting all turned around. But I don't know that there's going to be something extra for us here. None of these, I have to assume, are buttons. I don't know why this is making the letter E. Strange. But that is the planetarium. So we've had a planetarium discovery. We've had a drawing room discovery, even if it's not one that I can yet capitalize on. I don't suppose there's a date in this. I don't think so. We can redraw in here, but I think with 9 gems, security with 2 doors is valuable. Red memos are lies unless written by hand. We know that very well by this point. Camera 23. Camera 12. Camera 23. Camera 45. Oh, there's a knight in the security room. I had never noticed that before. Underground chest mystery. Observatory knight. Security. As a knight. So many options. And still something about this camera being deleted or something that I don't quite understand. There is 130. We're not going to get to the thing that matters for that today, at least not right now. Anything in the inventory we've missed? No. Keycard system. Keycard system settings. Security level is low. Confirm. Offline mode is unlocked. Confirm. Go back. Return to security menu. Log into network. Swan song. Managing to remember that this time. That's going to do the bloop-de-bloops. But then I want to know, can I still get to the lab computer from this computer today? Because I signed into it from a different terminal. You know what? I need the shelter terminal. Not this one. Okay, well, we haven't drawn a third bedroom yet, so that's fine. Let's do the rest of this row. I think the chapel makes most sense. We've got plenty of coins. Chapel still has these red things, which have switches in them. I know about the chapel bishop. And we can take +1 key or plus a bunch of stuff. I think we just take plus a bunch of stuff for our dead end. This room also has a white pawn in it. This is the storeroom. I wonder if there's 12 rooms that have pawns. Because there's 12 white pawns on a board. Is there? No, there's 8. There is still this picture of this duck. But I do not see any immediate knowledge as to why it exists, which is a whole thing. So, heading north. Oh, we're sheltered from this. Of course we are. Hallway, the obvious choice. Commissary would also be useful, but I want to keep my options open. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked is a lie. We know that. Kitchen. Everything's discounted today, so there's that too. Is there a chess piece in here? I would not be shocked. There's no water in the sink. Have I drained the sink? There's our sail. Is there anything hiding in this? For all I know, there could be, you know? Like a number hiding in the waves. Offer valid at the following locations: commissary, kitchen, locksmith, bookshop. Chess piece. Chess piece. I do not see a chess piece. Menus: bananas for 1, club sandwich for 4, tomato soup for 3. You know what? We don't need it right now, so I'm not going to take it right now. There might be a more strategically valuable time to do that later. There is the laboratory that I do not feel that we need. We're going to get to the room north of this hallway anyway, so I'm going to spare room straight up. And hopefully we can get to the lower corner later. Let's see what's this way. Corridor is always left unlocked. You're still shy on keys. I do not see a chess piece here. There's the part of the garden that, as far as I'm aware, we do not have access to. Mook, money or reading nook. Key. You will always draw library from this. I don't know that I need it, but I need the key. So I know this has a rook noted on it. This thing does not have power. Don't know if I can give it power ever. Order of operations. I know that stuff. Don't think there's anything else additional in there. These bits of glassware always make me think that there's something to do with things there, but so far no dice. Right, we can't draw it to a dead end here. Hallway gives us the most options. Have not... oh. That one automatically unlocks because it takes us to the foundation. Foundation is always unlocked. Cool. I'm going to go south into this lower corner first. Parlor keeps us moving downwards. There's an apple. Nope, there's a coin purse. Get 1 extra coin every time we pick up 3. And May the 2nd. It's not really a great date for things, is it? But I will still note it down regardless, because it's a date. So it would be the 2nd day of the 5th month, 0205. I'm going to do brackets May 2nd here, just because of American, European changes that I'm never sure which way it goes. Herbert M. Lowry. Okay. There is a pawn in this room, but I think it's black, which I don't know if that makes a difference. The top statement on the white box is true. The gems are not in this box. Exactly 2 statements with the word true are false. The gems are not in this box. Both statements on the white box are true. Both statements on this box are true. I can't get my brain to pass that logic right now. What luck. First key. Boiler room has the most doors. Is also just the boiler room, which is always a hoot. Right, that's open for drafting, which is nice. Northwards here. I could go for an archive, though I would rather be protected from the gymnasium. Passageway for 2 gems. Let's do passageway for 2 gems. And we'll see how much faff it is to get out of here. Now, we have the ability to power this and go back to the foundation. So let's do that if I can. Swing that over. Then swing that over. This is powered. So, mysteries are afoot. We can go through here. Totally fine. And then we don't have a shovel to dig with, but we can go down. We're going to have lots of steps. Could be a long day ahead, but we have a great idea of something that we can do down here now, I think. No chess piece here, just the artworks. This is unlocked. And then heading through here. And then across this. What level is the water level up here right now? We could take the boat over if I wanted to. I might at the end of this day if we have steps to spare, because we didn't spend heaps of time looking at all that other stuff. Any dates here? The 5th of the 3rd, 1918. No idea if that's a date we need, but I'm going to write it down. That's not the one I need. This is. And then from here we can rotate. I think the other entryway is there. Though that doesn't look like a door, does it? Though, right now, none of them look like viable routes outwards. So, you spin me right round, baby, right round like a record. We can hop in here, and this is powered, which lets us swing through here. Ah, so it wasn't in line with that tube. It was a different side. So I want to go to there, which means I need to rotate this round 1, 2, 3, 4 times, I believe. Sure thing. Nice long walk around. But our experiment is going to get us plenty of steps later if we should need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hope I can count. That would be a good starting venture for such a game as this. So far, so good. Right, we have a locked gate. So 8 dates make 8, crack 8 safes. The 8, I think, is the only number on any of these dials. So if we're going to make a date, then it has to be a date that can end in a numeric value 8. And so if we go to the months of the year, May. There it is. So we can take our list of dates for Undercog study, May 8th. Not sure the significance of that date, but we can learn, hopefully. Do I recognize any of that? A castle? What? An underground castle? I don't recognize that at all. We get a red gem and letter number 1. May 8th, dear Baron Sinclair. To begin, my name is Worth Lord. My father used to work for your father, the Right Honourable Baron Thomas Sinclair, between the years of 1915 and 1918. The former having died last month at the advanced old age of 89, may he sleep in soot and ash. He left behind his widow, 7 children, and 30-odd grandchildren. I write to you today, however, not to inform you of these family affairs of little consequence, but to tell you a little bit about my father. He lived his life towering above us, in solemn silence like many members of his and your father's generation. He never spoke of the work he did in the mountains of Reddington, or the famous estate in which he was stationed. He never spoke of the Baron, not once. I tell you this only to relate that he never betrayed the confidence your father placed in him. The secrets he kept for your family, he took with him underground. His elderly comrades and colleagues from his old mining outfit proved, however, to be not nearly as discreet and considered with their words. During the wake, fueled by a seemingly endless supply of spirits, these venerable gentlemen, embarked on a journey down memory lane, recounting as much of the good old days as they could dredge up. While reminiscing might typically be dismissed as the fanciful ramblings of age, the volume and specificity of their accounts lend a certain credence to their words. Now, I am not a presumptive man. I don't presume these stories to be true. I don't presume your house is host to secrets of this magnitude, yet I find myself irresistibly drawn to the idea of sharing these tales, true or not. They seem, after all, stories worthy of being heard. I wonder if my current abundance of idle time fuels this urge. Perhaps I have too much time on my hands. Perhaps if one were to engage me in some worthwhile and profitable enterprise, my eagerness to pass the time by telling stories would be curbed. I eagerly wait a response from your lordship, Mr. Worth Lord. Interesting. Yeah, hold on. The date on that is May 8th, which was the date we used to break into this room. Which is curious that we needed the date before getting the letter. Okay. Foreman's Log 102, date 1/13/1916. I knew what we were looking at as soon as we uncovered the first spire, but it wasn't until the first floor plan was unearthed that most of the crew realized what ruins we were exhuming. The border was the same pitch as the sunless cavern we found it in, a dark, trimmed floor plan of ill-fated Orindia. We had found an authentic black print. The sooner we seal this site back up, the better for us all. You found a secret floor plan, treasure trove. First, +5 for each time you've drafted treasure trove. Yeah, add it to the pool. The date on this is the 1st of the 13th, 1916. Note that down. How the hell do we get over here? I have no clue. Right, there was another desk over there, but we've seen and read the stuff on it. But I feel almost inclined to go back and check once more. So it would need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ticks. Just because we're not going to be down here every day. So why not make use of the time that we have while this is unlocked? I wish there was a higher sprint speed. 1, did I say 5? 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what else we can do while we're down here? Is open room 46, because we may get back there and can research for clues and such. This was correct to nip over here. So the entry level water level is what it's on now. That's empty. This is just tools and papers. The 3rd of the 1st, 1917. After 10 days pumping water from the underground spring, the reservoir has finally been filled. It's a shame the odd station had to be flooded as a consequence of this action. But I suspect there may have been actual reason to choose to build the reservoir here. As an engineer, I agree the flooding is preferable to collapse of the entire tunnel. On the bright side, we know that our water supply is no longer limited. We can start to leverage steam to a much greater extent. This month, blah, 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 24 hours a day. Okay. That's fine. There was something here that we collected as well, but I cannot quite remember what it was. So I don't think we ever have need to come back upstairs here again unless there is a very specific secret, which I would not put it past the game to have more secrets in a place like this. The clock mechanism goes way down there, but I don't suspect we'll be investigating quite so far south. And this doesn't let us see very much else, and this is just caved in. No idea if we'll ever be able to pass through there, or... It's weird, because like that could just as easily be a wall rather than being a caved in section of space. And if you didn't want me to go down it eventually, it could have just been a wall, you know? So, that lifts that guy. God, it feels like so long ago that this was the big, exciting reveal of things. These are the symbols that we know that point to the doors. I haven't done enough, I think, to know all of the details of these yet for any individual one. There's, let's see, sigils. So I know that this symbol, not this, no, not that symbol, that's a Black Widow, not the weird window looking one. Is that the weird window looking one? That's that. So what I don't know for this, I think, is the outside edge. But we know that we need little... We need those. Then we need 3 lines. Now, curious that these spin 2 things. This changes one thing. This changes one thing. Now, is this inverted, or did I just take the picture from the opposing side? You know? It's single lines with cross hatches on them. It's those. And this needs to be 5 of the other guys. Okay. So it matches these, but it's inverted. I don't know if that's a problem. There's 1 and 2 and 2 between. Then it's just the outside edge that I don't know. But also, is there some other component I'm missing? Oh! Hello. Okay, I'm going to take an image of that completed thing a second, because if we have to use only one thing in each of the 8 things, if there's 8 variables, that eliminates one variable from each, right? So we've got a box, we've got Morajai box, collector's copy, the Orinda Ares variation. Due to the overwhelming amount of artifacts bearing the Orinda Ares sigil that were destroyed after the war, Morajai puzzle boxes featuring the famous black symbol are among the rarest and most valuable. Collectors can acquire. When black tiles are pressed, the entire row shifts to the right as if on train rails. Black. Black. So I need 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, divided by a gap. Those swap corners. Yellow climbs, right. Yellow climbs. Black moves to the right. You swap with black. You climb. You climb again. You go to the right twice. You swap. No. You swap with black. Yellow promotes. Goes to the right. Yellow promotes. Goes to the right. Then I need a gap between these. There you go. That's the simplest one of those I've ever done. Thank you for my whole 2 allowance. Black flags? Is that important? I have no idea. Black Bridge Hotel and Spa. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order? What route? And where to start? Questions like these are the ones I tend to ignore, as planning has never been my strong suit. Well then, in the true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan. As it happens, the road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in the realm as it is in my name, and a story I feel closely connected to. Herbert. Fen Ares, 1412-1112L, Mount Holly Estate, in care of Anne Babbage, Reddington, Fen Ares. Get the stamp. So that's got the symbol in the symbol we used to get in here, which is interesting. Then this, and these. Right, I'm not going to note this down, only because I believe I can just simply come back to this room whenever I want now, assuming that the state of this sigil is preserved, but if it's not, I know the answer to it now, so that's fine. Like, that's been pulled down. Begs the question then, on this certificate of birth, there's one that we can see, and it's kind of... Is it a 5-sided shape? I don't see a pentagon. It's not the chevron. Oh, it looks like it's going to be that one that we do not have a key for. So, a great diversion, for sure. And down here, we now have that symbol on our thing. So we've got 3 letters and 1 symbol. So we have those to keep working up to, which is very exciting. I wonder how our stamp collection's getting on. I feel like it must be doing well. We opened the door as we intended to. And we can use this to then get ourselves back out. Just going to triple check. Over here, we have the full map. I still don't understand how we're getting out to Area 3, Cliffside Exit from there. Number 10 was the buried floor plan. We did that. Reservoir and the boat. We did that. Catacombs was the way in from the outdoors. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else for us on that map right now. Down to 50 steps. No bother. Spin this all the way around. Go on. 2 more. So, I don't know if, as like a deduction game, the outer ring of the sigils clearly seems to be the simplest thing, because you can just rotate through them until an answer is satisfied. But I don't know in the clues that I've had if there was an obvious reason to pick the spotted dots for the outside ring. But if it works, it works. I'm just going to rehydrate as we climb. So, going south of the boiler room. This is fine. So, to go south of the boiler room, we are going to need the elevator in play. None of these offer us further routes forward, which is a shame. If we take the lavatory, we are immune to lavatory, but I don't know that it has an effect that we can be sheltered from. Parlour for more gems, or the chance at more gems. Also is the room that I expect to have things on the tables most often, to give us like car keys or something of that ilk. How are these ones looking? The letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems. All statements that are true contain more than one. All statements that contain more than one B are true. The blue box contains the gems. This says blue box, which is more than one B. All statements that contain more than one B are true. Blue box contains the gems is true. The letter B appears twice on the box that contains the gems. Well, they can't all be true, so something has to be a lie. Blue box contains the gems. All the statements that contain more than one B are true. The letter B appears twice on the box that... this is a lie. It only appears... The gems are in the box that has one B, not two Bs. Is that right? Nope. Never mind. Right. Back. Down the elevator. Do I need to send power to anywhere? No. passageway, I think, can take power through it, can't it? So we're not active at the moment, so we can come back if we need to. Set that up. Yeah, this can conduit power through it, which could be a big deal for 2 possible rooms ahead. Another key. I'd like the garage for the keys, but the gift shop gives us the most doors for the least problems. We have 37 gold. We need 110 for the Swimbird plushie, which we do not have. West Wing Hall gets us the furthest, but Commissary gets us items. Like, if I could get a lockpick kit, that would be nice. But I'm just going to take this because then I don't see it further north either. Staff notice, June 15th. That's a date. That's a date that it would be very easy to skip over. 15th of the 6th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during the period of mourning. Likewise, any something may draft something. Okay. Radiators, artwork, boarded up walls. Continuing south. You're more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms. Seems like a lovely thing to have available to us for a dead end. Now, this window still has a T of different coloured tiles, which baffles me. A black pawn, I cannot dig, a hat, Ms. Nagula, Anne wanted me to remind you once again that it is expected of you to keep the grass in the cloister, and this is the secret code to get in the cloister. I'm starting to wonder if I should start taking notes of hats, because there's a corridor that we saw. Which one of these is it? Because this corridor has a Trilby hat or something on it. I tried to consider digging beneath this. Pressing T on my keyboard doesn't do anything. It's got to do something though, right? Unless it means like literally the letter T corresponds with the hat or something. I really have no clue. There could be any number of things just hiding in this room, though I suspect they wouldn't do that. Alright, so going up to rank 6. Garage. Locksmith is probably the play, because then we can just buy more keys for the other directions. Everything's on sale. So, give me 3 keys. Give me a special key. Sorry about the grinding noise of the key cutting rotor. Secret garden key is not a bad one. That can give us access to room 46, which we have not seen that many times, all things considered. Weight room, showroom. We don't have the money for showroom. Office has a safe in it, but it's a dead end. Weight room I like because we are sheltered from it. No key card yet, unfortunately. Oh, really? Double key card? And like there could be any kind of secrets in here too. But who knows? All these... no, they're not all the same size. They do get bigger on the right. But we do not have a key card, so that is dead to us. But we do have more options of where power could be sent later if we need to from the boiler room. So now at 32 steps, any opportunity to draft a bedroom would be welcome, because that would then... Oh, this is our last way north. Anything to draft a bedroom means that we can reset our number of steps available to 40. However, right now, trophy room is the only option. Again, hat. Globes. We've got our full house trophy. There's our room 46 trophy. And our logic puzzle trophy. There's 10 more rooms to find. And we've got one of the 8 realm sigils now. Nothing for me there. Nothing for me there. Okay, so... special key, secret garden. Because I know we can draft north off of the secret garden. That's an important detail for me. Can also throw that guy. $10 gems, 2 keys. Don't touch those, because that wrecks the progress we have on the other things. Right, moving north again. Hallway doors are always unlocked, and it's the only way we have to progress forward. Now, this is a room that if there is a secret in this room, I have not observed it in any capacity. There are 6 names. It's not like the statues in the crypts where you can kind of start to rotate one and do them in some kind of order. But if there's something more to this room, I have yet to have any idea about it. It's got to be the lab. I'd really like some dice. Dinner is served. Still don't know what we're doing with... Oh, security key card. Amazing. We haven't drafted another bedroom yet. So our experiment is still untested. All the scribblings on the walls. Right. Dining room is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's dead end. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps away. We have 28 steps. So if we get to like 15, we should be extra considerate. Archives has more exits, and we are immune from it. And so we've definitely seen this before. Is there a date? 22nd of January. 1958. Certificate of birth. Mary Matthew Epson. And in here, there's just March 10th, December 9th. There's just all kinds of dates in here. And a scrap of one of the sigils, we believe. Let's go north. We might have to... let's not go north yet. We might have to go back and buy more keys. Okay, we're probably going to need to go buy more keys. If I could get to this weight room, then we could get a quick way over to the locksmiths. We can rotate because we drew the dovecot, but also 8 items from the attic seems like a good time. 4 gems left. Might get some more back now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. There's a bishop in the attic. Am I missing an object? Is there an 8th thing? Oh, metal detector, right there. Okay, attic has a white bishop. That goes on the chess puzzle list. Chapel bishop, attic. Has a bishop. We still need to find what room has the queen. Are you pointing at something? Don't seem to be. Luggage, sun rays. There's no kind of pattern here. You never know. Change the ending. April 12th is a date. So many dates in this game. 12th of the 4th. Assuming nothing kind of hidden among the smudges. I feel like there should be more to this room. But I guess not. There's like cogs and portraits and stuff. That's just that picture. Oh, huh? What a shimmy through here. Right, I see the note down there, but I'm just checking there's nowhere else to shimmy to. What does that mean, though? So, we have this note. Delete it. What does this mean? This could mean anything. How can I please get, well, if I do Control V in that gap, and then I can drag this image up. I mean, that's good enough. No idea what this means, though. Very, very curious. There's always something else, isn't there? Okay, so from there we can go back We have to think about going and getting dinner. We got 1 key out of that, which is not a lot of keys. Treasure map? I do have a shovel. I think that's the weight room. Yeah, that's the weight room. Everything is on sale, but we don't have tons of money to buy, like, the plush toy, even with that extra gains. We'll see if we can get to this top corner. The laundry room, from here, I can't get... power to that last machine. But if we do the office, we lose out on that top corner, which is fine. I forgot I had the metal detector now. Apparently stuff only spawns when you do indeed have the metal detector, so you're not just walking over keys and stuff that you might have missed. So, with this much time spent in the house, we can spread gold to the estate. And then also, there's this safe. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. I had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last one is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect it could be both. Ah, is that a queen? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Chess puzzle. Do we have one of each available to us right now? Is a great question. Underground chess mystery. Queen, this is the office. So, we have the observatory in play. We have the attic and the chapel in play. We don't have the library. The library has a picture of the king in one of the books, but we haven't drafted the library today. We've seen the nook, we've seen a bunch of pawns, and we've just got the office for the queen. So, not quite that right now, but things to think about. This safe. I have a bunch of dates to try. Uh, 1952. No. Clear. 2nd of May. No. Clear. The 13 of the 1st? Nope. The 3rd of the 1st? Nope. 15th of the 6th? Nope. The 22nd of the 1st? Nope. The 12th of the 4th? Nope. Right, I got no idea what the date in this office is. There's so much stuff, I feel like something around here must be click-onable, you know? I don't know if the clue is within this. This I really don't understand. But there's nothing else to be done about it. Numbers on the keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 7, 8 or 9, which is weird. We can log in with this. Connect to the network, blah, 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 blah. Hour and 10-minute episode already. We've still got tons to do. Let's check email. Okay, there's a bunch of dates on these. November 1st. Sir, you have not left me the instructions for following week. You know how much I hate leaving critical plans up to the last minute. As soon as you decide to definite plans, blah, 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 blah. Need to be focused on the window. DC power, October 8th. We've done that. October 7th. I just wanted to let you know that the change you requested to your will has been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, blah, 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 blah. Lawyer, lawyer, and lawyer. And 10-5. DC power, fuse box repair. Right, that's all the email. So 1101. The 1101. Or possibly 1008. Or possibly 1007. Or 1005 are the 3 dates on those, or the 4 dates on those emails. Data transfers are not available. Clear. 1, 1, 0, 1. Enter. Clear. 1, 0, 0, 8. Enter. Clear. 1, 0, 0, 7. Enter. Clear. 1, 0, 0, 5. Enter. Clear. Nope, still no idea on that safe. That's fine. We are up at the office. I would like to probably go and take dinner. But also, I'm thinking about getting more keys. Well, we have 1 key, so let's finish this excursion from the archives. This is our 4th red room. So we can either go dark room or lost and found. Laundry we can't get power to. Let's do lost and found. No, lost and found loses us a doorway. Dark room keeps another door open. Lights go out. Sure. Locked. Right. We're going to go get dinner. If we can, somewhere, draft a bedroom. I spread money all throughout the estate. We also have a shovel now. So, also, this room sent fruit all over the estate. So there should be a lot of stuff for us around and about. More spots to dig? No, no. No. Fine. No money in here. Going down to the dining room. It's going to be left and round security. That is best, isn't it? Yeah, this is dead end. So, reading nook. Banana is very welcome. Gets us to dinner for sure. At. Banana and money. Unless I think there's... I mean, we got a banana, so there might be money in here. Or we could buy some food. Always an option. This room just never has anything in it. Does it? We could buy tomato soup for 20 steps. Keeps us going plenty strong. Ah. Banana on the scale. Not seen that one before. So, hallway, chapel, money. We get extra from the coin purse, security. We now have a key card, so we can set security up to high. Key card system, security settings, set security level to high. Confirm. Back. Exit. Now, I can't click these screens. So I really don't know what the dot that was scribbled on, I believe, the office monitor was about. Going drawing room. Another banana. It's nighttime. I guess, yeah, stars are out. A long day of adventuring. Here's dinner. Big old piece of fish. No aquariums. That's fine. If I don't have to travel down this far again, I won't. Take the lunchbox. That'll be another 10 when we reach rank 5. Extra banana. Porn in the dining room. Did I note that one down? Underground chest mystery. Porn. Storeroom. No, dining room. Okay, so with our steps refreshed and the night sky beaming, I guess... How did I even get to this section? Through the foundation. Do I want to do a lap of all of this stuff just to look for money? I don't know. We've got 41 now. We can also... We distributed money around the building. And also, there is the stuff is on sale, and we have oh brain, the gift shop. Oh, I was going to go buy more keys. That's still also up in that direction. So it's just kind of these 3 rooms for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. But here's a question. I don't think I've ever... We get 2 rebate here as well. Did I not hear a... I'm hearing something. Oh, there you go. I don't know that I've ever looked at the sky at night. It's just the same. Okay. Would have been interesting if it was different. No fruit in bed. No money dispensed to the room. Sure thing. Get 2 steps rebated going through there again. Any fruit here? Horn? No. 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 Candle knocked over. Okay. So we're not going through the drawing room planetarium. We're doing drawing room security. Chapel, hallway, kitchen. I think I will buy the meal in the kitchen now. $15 steps and just eat all the bananas for a small sum. Okay. Back out of the kitchen, corridor, nook, hallway, foundation. Corridor, nook. There's +10 from the lunchbox. We still have the lunchbox. No, it gets consumed at that moment. We can go into the boiler room, but I don't need to. Shovel. A coin. And another coin. Right, so that gets us to the gift shop, where I'm going to go buy at least 3 more keys. Better make it... We'll take a lockpick kit, it's fine. And if I'm conceding to not buying anything super duper expensive, we'll just buy extra keys. Then over to the weight room. There's coins and a map and digging. Treasure map. There it is. So the spot, start digging. We get a bunch of money. Yeah, dig longer and harder, why don't you? Oh, it's all gems. 8 gems. Okay. Hardly be mad, but that's fine. We have a key card. Let's do the lower rank room first. Boudoir gets dice, and I believe is a bedroom. They were on 80 steps. But honestly, 80 for the remainder of what we have available to us is probably fine. Yeah, our steps now equal 40. Successful triggers 1. Dice. Hearing beeps. We also go to the safe now, and we can do the 25th day of the 12th month. So it is day first. And this is letter number 4 from Herbert from Daniel. What am I hearing? Coin. You know what? We could do casino, we could do clock tower. What time is it? Is there a clock anywhere nearby? It might be nearly 1:30 a.m. That is 10:25. A black rook is curious. This is some kind of riddle. Did we do this one already? Or was that a different one that we did? Sigils. That's the one that we did from the image that we had otherwise. This image matches this. Southward I see a swan, ashen like sands of the shore carried by westerly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark days are coming. That doesn't match the pattern that I see for that, but who knows. That one is locked at 1:30, so we need to come back at 1:30. We've got like 2 hours. That's fine. We'll take this. The next 1 minute, you will not lose steps when entering rooms, keys when opening doors, or gems when drafting special rooms. So, out the boudoir, hangar right. Something with lots of exits. Reroll these. Gymnasium, we won't lose steps. We do still lose sports steps. We don't lose this key. Maid's chamber counts as a bedroom. And lost and found. Commissary. Time's up. Does lost and found matter for the lab? I don't think it does. So let's do lost and found. We lose our shovel. Wow, really, really useless stuff here today. Take a coin. This. Excuse me. Doesn't seem to have any information on it. That we've already taken an image of. Black pawn. Lockpick kit works. If we want to go further north, we have to do it in a room that's not either of these. I guess we'll take the music room for a specific reason. If we look at the notes page a second and find this. The first key is found in the furthest rank, the second locked tight in the vault of a bank, the third is high up among the clocks, the fourth down below beneath the docks, the fifth held high by a king on his throne, the sixth in a station left by your own, the seventh is major if you draft it quite late. It's the 8th rank and it's nearly midnight. So I don't know if this is going to have a sanctum key. Ha 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 ha. Silver key there, though I don't think we have anywhere to possibly put it. So, we get a sanctum key. We should probably make sure we can use that. In here, November 6th is a date. The 6th of the 11th. Doesn't sound like there's money in here. But this did count as a bedroom, so we've successfully triggered 2 bedrooms. There is no more drafting to do today. 25 gold, 11 gems, 7 keys is tons. We should go back to the clock. Yes, clock tower. What time is it? Is it anywhere near 1:30 now? Did we miss it? It's just gone 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. as the case may be. So I need to wait until 1:30 for the secret room downstairs to open up. And so I'm going to pause the recording, take a little break, do some bits and pieces, and then let this next hour elapse before we do that. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright, these 2 clocks are very nearly synchronized. There's another 10 in-game minutes, though I don't know how exactly close they need to be in order to trigger the opening of the secret door ahead, but hopefully this opens as expected, even though it's 1:30 in the morning rather than 1:30 in the afternoon, because you can see the stars are still out. Took about 15 minutes for the few hours that I had to wait, just looking at my phone, sitting around. Still don't know about these black chess pieces. Feels like a trick. Okay, come on. Come on. 4 minutes. 3 minutes. Come on. Come on. 2 minutes. Where's the locked off one there? So these two will be in sync any second now. Don't know if it's going to play the animation again. Door is open. Please don't close while I'm in here. Please. The door isn't open. What? What crime is this? It's 1:30. I'm so mad. I guess it has to be 1:30 PM, which is very rude. Okay, well. We still have a sanctum key to use. So, let's go do that. This passageway to here, to the elevator. And how many steps do we have left? Great question. Hopefully enough that after this... Oh, 27 is not the highest I've ever seen. But if I could get to a terminal to check radiation levels now that we've had 2 successful triggers of our experiment, that would be nice. Oh, and then I thought about possibly going back down on the boat today, but if we haven't changed the water level of downstairs, then we don't need to worry about that right now. Because it will still be there any other time that we want to come on through. So, with 4 doors available, I think I want to do... let's go to our sigil page. This one here with the hexagon in the center. Which is this one. Made bigger, isn't it? Yeah. So, hexagon in the center is this door. So we have another one of these things. Can't see what secrets are at the edges, but if I think I can make this match, we will try. So little double spikes looks right. Although it looks like sometimes they're pointing inwards, sometimes they're pointing outwards, but I'm not certain about that. Then it's not these, it's outer line is widest. Does that exist as an option? No, that seems to be the closest, doesn't it? Then northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest for these. And swirled lines. Right, why is it not this? This definitely seems closest to the line work. Triple lines, boxes. Not those. Not those. Not those. Not those. Feels like it must be this. Unless there's a version where these lines are up and down instead of left and right. There's definitely 4 of them. Which is that. Oh, you know what? I didn't push the button, did I? Dummy. I was expecting it to just automatically happen. Alright, we've got 2 of those. That's exciting. At the end of the War of the Fifth Era, after the Grand Realms of Fen Ares was established, Mora Jai boxes and the realm were traced with red tiles in honor of General Taskin's victory. When these tiles are pressed, all black tiles in the box turn red in triumphant victory, all white tiles on the box turn black, serving as the outclassed and struggling reinforcements of the dwindling desolate army. Okay. Black tiles turn red. Red tiles... When these tiles are pressed, black tiles turn red, white tiles turn black. Orange turn red. Oh, excuse me. You didn't need to see that, did you? Right, so that white is definitely turning to grey. So black still rotates around. Green flips. I'm not sure what orange does. How do I get red over here? They flip. They rotate. Am I down to only 2 red tiles? Let's go inspect over here, I think. A castle. Cannons. Huge thing of art. I am actually writing this last postcard sitting at my desk at home. I suppose I should put forth the extra effort and drop it in the mail for consistency, but I'm tempted to save the postmaster a trip, as it will just wind up here once again to rejoin the other 7, which I'm pleased to report were all waiting for me on my desk safe as can be. Flipping through them has reminded me of the many friends I have made, lessons learned along the way, and as I look back, one truth shines brighter than the others. Air travel is much better than sea travel. Herbert. P.S. Remind Anne to replace the books I lost. Royal Museum of the Grand City of Fen, Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mount Holly, Reddington. And this stamp. Red flags. The other one had black flags. It's interesting. Right. I don't really need the allowance from this puzzle box right now, and we're at an hour and 40 minutes. So, the last thing I want to do today is... we can end the day in the planetarium to get 2 stars. Let's remember that. But if I can, and number of steps will determine if we can or not. We're in the... not in the clock tower anymore, are we? Where are we? We're downstairs. I was like, what room are we in? Can't see where I am on this map. I'm not on the map. Silly Billy. I would like to test the radiation levels after 2 successful experiments and see what happens. We'll get through here, through here. I still have no idea when or how I'm ever going to find an object that can light candles and torches for me. I feel like I've played so much of the game that it's amazing to me that I don't have still some of the basic tools that are available. So from here, hallway, nook, corridor, hallway. Hallway, nook, corridor, hallway, chapel, security. We can probably get it through the security terminal, can't we? I wish you didn't have to type it in every time. Though, maybe there's a secret password that you can type in instead that gets you to a different secret menu. I have no idea. Shelter. Five. Okay, so maybe we need to do more successful experiments to raise this up higher. But else, I think the only thing remaining to do is to end today in the planetarium. There is one for 40, so that will be the next... it won't be the next time we visit, because if we end here now, we get +2. And then if we enter an observatory, it will go to 41. But 7 constellations in a night I don't think is the biggest deal, so call it a day. 39.40 on the stars in the corner. Scarlet Chateau of tomorrow. 7 red rooms. Alright, some very interesting... One new room? What new room was that? Oh, there's the planetarium, of course. Alright. Lots of interesting progress today for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.